take the bad along with the good and show his crew how to be men, then this what you get. Everybody shining like new money. There ain't no other crew like this in the world, and there never will be another.
So Big Meech has publicly criticized Rick Ross for failing to uphold his promises after making grand commitments. To put it bluntly, Meech isn't just upset, he's furious. Their partnership wasn't solely about music. Rick Ross had a bigger vision. He assured Meech of a major show, a larger budget, and even a celebratory concert marking his return. At the time, it all seemed promising. But now, Ross is nowhere to be found. Rick Ross did not follow through on his promises, and now he appears to be in a state of panic. And with good reason, Big Meech is not someone who takes betrayal lightly. Adding to the tension, 50 Cent has been relentless in his jabs since Meech aligned himself with Ross. As soon as Big Meech partnered with Rick Ross for the Welcome Home concert, 50 Cent took to Instagram, mocking the situation. Initially, Ross had ambitious plans for Meech's release, promoting the event as a major spectacle. Meech was even promised a cut of the ticket sales, which could have been a significant payday. However, the concert never materialized. At the last minute, it was abruptly canceled. Why? Reports suggest federal agents intervened, allegedly sending cease and desist notices. This led to speculation who had the power to make such a move. Many believe 50 Cent was orchestrating events behind the scenes. While he hasn't admitted to any involvement, his actions suggest otherwise. When Boozy Badaz addressed the situation in a Vlad TV interview, 50 Cent wasted no time jumping onto Instagram. He posted a mocking message saying, "Just asking for a friend. Does this mean the show's not happening?" The level of disrespect was clear. What's even more telling is that 50 predicted the concert would be shut down before it even happened. And when it did, he distanced himself from the situation despite appearing to enjoy every moment of it. But the real issue? When everything fell apart and Big Meech was left stranded, Rick Ross did nothing to help. Instead, he stayed in the background, seemingly using Meech as a pawn in his feud with 50 Cent. Recently, 50 Cent stirred up even more controversy by sharing a photo of Tammy Cowens, who has been accused of working as a federal informant. He also released text messages allegedly exchanged with her, where he directly questioned whether Meech was aware of her cooperation with authorities while he was in prison. Her response? She reportedly provided further details on the matter. 50 captioned the post, "Tammy Cowens, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon." This isn't the first time he has thrown accusations at Meech. Just last week, he called him out, saying, "Big Screech, you keep forgetting that you told Tammy Cowens to get your time cut, sucker." He made sure to tag all his brands, a classic 50 Cent move, and he's not the only one speaking out. Blue Da Vinci and Cuffy have also come forward, alleging that Big Meech played a role in their incarceration. They claim he used Tammy Cowens as an informant, which adds another layer to the controversy. This so-called Big Screech narrative isn't just something 50 Cent invented for attention. It has been circulating within industry circles for quite some time. The question remains, is there more to the story than Meech is willing to admit?
He's saying, how did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy so you could get caught up in it? How did that happen? So that means you got to go back to the movies. Right, that's the... Oh, Meech and Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Exactly. But when the government found out she was in contact with me, they switched the investigation toward me.
Before tensions escalated, 50 Cent was a strong supporter of Lil Meech. He invested significantly in his career, funding his acting lessons, preparing him for his role in the BMF series, and managing his business ventures. When rumors surfaced about Lil Meech struggling with substance abuse, 50 took action. He personally covered the costs for rehab, reinforcing the strength of their relationship.
I'm watching movies, I'm like, man, acting must just be reading lines off of paper, like something like this. You know, when I get there, like, hey, don't look at the paper. Imagine your mom and dad in the casket right now.
But everything changed when Big Meech shifted alliances. The moment he grew closer to Rick Ross, 50 Cent severed ties with everyone involved. And he made it clear publicly, stating that he was ending the BM series, which serves as Lil Meech's primary source of income. Now, both father and son are facing financial setbacks. To make matters worse, 50 has been petty with his promotions. Whenever he posts about BMF, he deliberately blurs or alters Lil Meech's face, almost as if he's trying to erase him entirely. After the Welcome Home concert fell apart, Rick Ross didn't remain silent. Instead of backing down, he doubled down on his claims. He announced plans to create his own BM Series 1 with a bigger budget than 50 Cent's.
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
Had Rick Ross followed through on his promises, Big Meech could have secured a substantial payday. But like many of Ross's commitments, the event never took place. It was all just empty talk. What makes matters worse is that 50 Cent owns the rights to the Black Mafia family story for TV and film. This means Ross couldn't legally move forward with his project unless he involved 50. So all the hype amounted to nothing. Meanwhile, Meech remains in financial limbo. 50 continues to mock him online, and Ross has yet to step in to offer any real support. Ross had no hesitation using Meech's name in his feud with 50, but now that the situation has intensified, he's gone silent. And let's be real, this is exactly why 50 Cent has been calling out Ross for years. 50 has long argued that Ross only brings up his name when he needs attention. At this point, it's clear Ross lashed onto the BMF narrative just to fire back at 50.
For him, outside of mentioning me, when things get bad, you mention me, it gets covered.
Recently, Rick Ross unexpectedly reignited his feud with 50 Cent by bringing up 50's late mother in an Instagram story. In the clip, Ross bragged about being the only person to ever truly get under 50 Cent's skin.
I didn't know that they say I was the only person that flagged 50 Cent up. I ain't know that. I'm gonna be honest. Tony Yayo told 50 Cent himself. Y'all can Google it.
Ross also dragged Tony Yayo into the mix, claiming he had previously warned 50 about his mistakes. He took things further by mocking Yayo and Uncle Morta, suggesting they looked aged and could use some skincare treatments. Naturally, Tony Yayo responded, stating that he's used to being pulled into 50's conflicts because of their strong bond and loyalty.
Tony Yayo said, I wouldn't do that if I was, because Tony Yayo know the niggas ain't got no money. Come on, man, look at Tony Yayo on team that.
It's no secret that Yayo has always stood by 50, demonstrating unwavering loyalty, something Ross seemingly dislikes. But Ross didn't stop there. After crossing the line, he switched gears and started mocking 50 Cent's business ventures. This time, he took aim at the G-Unit Studios project in Louisiana, alleging that 50 couldn't complete it due to financial struggles and an inability to secure loans.
You struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong?
50 Cent, of course, wasn't about to let Ross's remarks go unanswered. He fired back by calling out Ross for appearing as a guest on the Millennium Tour. The tour, headlined by Bow Wow and Omarion, also features Trey Songz, Boozy Badaz, and the Yin Yang Twins, while Ross is listed as a special guest alongside Ray J, Bobby V, and Pleasure P. While most people see the lineup as a nostalgic throwback to the early 2000s, 50 Cent views it differently. To him, it proves that Ross isn't as influential as he claims to be. After all, a self-proclaimed rap mogul being billed below Bow Wow raises some eyebrows. Ultimately, all of this drama unfolded simply because Rick Ross couldn't resist mentioning 50 Cent. But the person who truly suffered in all of this, Big Meech. During the original BMF era, Meech was ruthless when it came to collecting debts. Now, speculation is growing that Ross is feeling the pressure behind the scenes. Some claim Ross understands that at any moment, Big Meech or real BMF associates could confront him, whether directly or through others. And if that happens, Ross may find himself in a situation he can't control.
Take the bad along with the good and show his crew how to be men, then that's what you get. Everybody shining like new money. It ain't no other crew like this in the world, and there never will be another.
So after everything that's transpired, one big question remains: what happens next? Is Rick Ross genuinely worried that Big Meech might come after him? Did he take on more than he could handle by playing both sides? And do you think 50 Cent will ever let this go, or is this just the beginning for him? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so drop a comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on all the latest developments in this story.